Okay, the recording is also started. So we were discussing about the polymorphism concept in Java, right? Let us do a quick recap. So what is polymorphism? So we can say that poly means many and morphs or forms. Okay, combinedly you call it as polymorphism. I mean, if one entity exists in multiple forms, you call it as polymorphism. So they are categorized into two types. One is compile time and the second one is runtime polymorphism. We have discussed about, so to understand what is compile time polymorphism, we have to understand about the method signature. So we have discussed about the method signature. Also, right, after discussing this, we have started to understand what is compile time polymorphism. Okay, so you have a topic, okay, it is called as, you have something like method overloading and operator overloading. So there are two concepts under compile time polymorphism. So now we have some idea about what is method overloading, and we have seen some cases. Right? When can I say the two methods are overloaded? When you find the similar methods, similar method in the context of method names. When two methods are similar by their names, so this M1 method are similar by their names, okay, and they are not similar by the arguments. Okay, they are having different parameters, so they are called as overloaded methods. So this cannot be called as overloaded methods because you call these as duplicate methods. Right, so they have the same name, but they also have the same parameters, right? So they are duplicate methods, and this is not a overloaded method because they are different. The method names are completely different. So we have seen some cases in the method overloading. Today we will understand why it is called as the compile time polymorphism. I will also give you the few more cases, right, for the better understanding, so that we can crack any interview room, any interview on top of if the questions were asked on top of method overloading. Right? So same example, I'm going to take a simple class. Okay, the name of the class is A, right? And I have a driver class. And try to answer this to me, right? So just tell me, okay, is this a valid or invalid? If I compile this, will I get any compile time error or not? Just tell me this. Anyone? Will this lead to
Invalid.
invalid? Because you see, you have two methods. Okay, these methods are considered as a duplicate method, so definitely it is invalid, right? So let me execute this. Java C space driver dot Java. Okay, you see, method one is already defined in class A, so it is saying that is a duplicate method, right? Now let me introduce a parameter here. So the parameter is string s. Let me introduce another parameter here, something like integer I, right? So if I pass 10, okay, anyone can answer this. What would be the output if I just if I call M1 method by passing the integer as an argument? What
It
would
will print.
int will be printed? That's correct. Int will be printed because it will. So we know this, right? We have discussed these things in the previous classes. There is a method table. Method table is going to ensure which methods which method needs to be executed. The method table will be created. It is going to store all the method signatures, and if that method signature can map the particular method, so that method will get executed. Right? Let me compile this. Java C space driver.java. Java space integer. Okay. Now one more interesting question I will give you. So what I'm doing is I'm passing an object here, passing something like object C, something like objects, right? So let me pass no, null value. Okay, which one will get executed now?
String, sir. String.
A string will get executed because we have discussed some things, isn't it? These things are already discussed. Okay, what was the discussion all about? If there is a relationship between two classes, so here you are passing an object, here you are passing an it is accepting the string as an argument, and you are passing null here, right? So there is a kind of this null is is completely, it can be accepted by object as well as this null can be accepted by string as. So what happens internally is the compiler has to make a decision. How the decision is made? It will try to see if there is any relationship between the string and the object. There is any relationship between the string and the object. It will try to check if there is any relationship between the string and the object. There is a relationship. Okay. Every class, every object, I mean every class will extend to the object class. So this is the nature of Java programming. Every class, whatever the class is, it will definitely extend to the object class. So this null is accepted by string as well as this null is accepted by object. So here the compiler will make a decision in such a way that it will go with the priority. It will give priority to the, it will always give priority to the child classes. This is the takeaway. Right, so output will be what? Output will be based upon this explanation. The output has to be something like, let me take object. String should be respected on the console. Java C space driver.java Java space string should be there. Now the interesting question is going to come. Okay, what happens when I have something like string buffer? Yes, SB string S, right? I want to pass something like, let me pass something like Java. Don't get any confusion. Let me introduce you what is string buffer. A string buffer is a class. It is also going to accept sequence of characters. String buffer is also going to accept sequence of characters, but the string buffer cannot accept the characters like this. For example, if I want to store Java, for example, let us say that I have a sequence of characters like Java. Okay? I can store this sequence of characters which are in the double quotes in a variable called string. This is possible, right? So there is a class called string buffer, which is also, which can which is used to store the sequence of characters, but I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I cannot directly assign the sequence of character to the string buffer. For string it is possible. For string buffer it is not possible. So for the string buffer, what you will be doing? You will be creating the string buffer object. Then it will accept the sequence of characters as a parameters. This is the only difference. Are you able to follow? Balaji, Lakshmi, are you able to follow what I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
It can accept the sequence of characters directly, whereas the string buffer cannot accept the sequence of the characters directly. Instead of that, it will expect the sequence of characters to be the part of the parameters of the string buffer of them. I mentioned not suffer, this is string buffer. String buffer, okay? String buffer. String buffer. Right? So what happens when I just say, okay, let me say, when I pass Java, but with my explanation, you can clearly say which one is going to accept this. Which one is going to accept this?
String.
String only. String is going to accept this. Output is going to be what? Output is going to be direct string. Let me compile this. Okay. So I want to invoke this method. I want to call this method. I want to call string buffer method. Ideally, I can do what? Ideally, I can pass new string buffer. I can pass it string buffer object directly in the form of this. Okay, I can say string buffer. Okay, which the constructor is going to accept what? Some sequence of characters as an argument, string as an argument. Now this particular method is going to get executed. Now SB is getting executed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just passing null here. This is one of the popular attribute question. I'm passing null here. Now tell me which will get executed. Try to answer this. What will happen if I pass null here? I hope you are able to get my question, isn't it? What happens if I pass null?
String.
You may be thinking that string has to get executed, right? Let me tell you something. So let me execute this first. Okay, from the output we can try to make out why we are getting there. Why you are getting this kind of reference to M1 is ambiguous. M1 is an object. If just pay some attention here. Okay, this question has been asked in many interview rooms. You say that you are expert in string classes. Okay, this is the expected question. What it says, M1 is ambiguous. M1 is a method. Is ambiguous means nothing but confusion. Okay, it is clearly mentioning that the value that you are passing is creating a confusion for the compiler, because compiler is not able to make a decision to execute which method. It's not able to make a decision to execute whether to execute this method or whether to execute this method. There is a confusion created. Why the confusion created? When you look at this code, focus here. I just post this code here. Okay. Now, so I am passing what I am calling the M1 method by passing the null value. Okay. Definitely, this null is direct null value can be accepted by string buffer as well as string classes. Both can accept this. Okay. Previously we have discussed, okay, there is an object class. Okay, let us say that object class is mother of all classes. I mean, object class is superclass of all the classes. So there is a string under object class. There is the string buffer under object class. Okay. So I can say that object is a parent for string as well as parent for string buffer. Right? So these two classes are in the same level. I can also say that string buffer and string and the string buffer are extending to object class, which means both are in the same level. Both their parents are objects. Object class is the parent of string as well as for string buffer. I can also say that object has two children. In this context, object has two children, which is nothing but string as well as string buffer. When you pass the value null, okay, definitely in our previous example, the priority will be given to the children, right? When there is an object, the priority will be given to the children. But here there are two children. Okay, which one will be? I mean, a parent can't decide. In the real-time example also, if a parent, like if the parents has two children, they're purchasing one chocolate. Okay, one chocolate, and if they want to distribute the chocolate, I mean, if they want to choose a child who can get the chocolate, so that is really very difficult, right? Because the two children are in the same age, right? They really cannot decide. Of course, they can break break into pieces and they can give. But if there is a condition like the chocolate should not be broken, it should be given to one child. It's really not possible. It's a kind of ambiguity, right? Parent cannot decide that because both children are treated equally by the parents, right? Likewise, even here also, you cannot decide which class will get priority. So that's why there is a confusion. Okay, the compiler will be looking here and there, and it gets confused, right? And after the confusion, it is going to return what? Hey, yeah, I am confused. I am not able to resolve this confusion. Let me throw this error. It is going to throw what? It is going to throw this error. So what is the error says? Ambiguity. Able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they are in the same level. So that's why you get this kind of issues. So this question is part of the overloading concept, right? When you are designing methods to add some features, you need to ensure that these things are not happening, right? One more thing. Okay, one more example I will take. Okay, now one different picture I can give. Okay, I can say we know what is this method, right? Integer I. Okay, so we also know what is this method. Integer 3 dots string. Any idea about these methods? This one is ordinary integer method. This is variable argument integer method. We have discussed these things in our previous classes. Okay, how this will work. Okay, let me remove this. So I have only one method. Okay, this method is accepting the integers in the form of variable arguments, which means the end user can pass any number of arguments. Can pass 10, 20, 30, 40, and he can keep passing. Okay, I have passed 4 arguments, right? And there is a method which is going to accept these 4 arguments, which is what? With the variable argument methods. In the runtime, It's going to accept. Even if you pass one argument also, it will accept. Even if you pass two arguments also, it will accept. Even if you pass three arguments also, it is going to accept. Okay, if I execute this piece of code, you get what? You get okay, nothing is entered. Okay, where this method will get executed. Java C space driver dot Java, Java space where method. Okay, even if you're not passing anything also, even if you're not passing anything also, still okay, there is a valid method. Okay, m1 method name is matching. We're not passing any argument. This variable argument will accept when you are not passing any argument. When you are passing the variable number of arguments, no issue. Still, that method will get executed. Okay, where are? Okay, now I am also introducing what? I am also introducing the fixed argument method. So this is when you say three dots, it is variable argument. When there are no dots, it is called as fixed argument. So this is the concept which you have discussed, I guess, which we have already discussed. If you want, you can check that video once again. Variable argument method, right? What I am doing, let me remove this method. Okay, pass 10. Now what will be the output? Tell me. Let me put it. What will be the output?
A will print.
A will be printed in the output. So because only one value. If I'm not passing anything, what will be the output?
Nothing.
Error will be the output. There should not be nothing. Compile time error will be there. Okay. Compile time error will be there. You see, or actual and forward is different length. Okay? So I can pass one. I have to pass at least one argument so that this particular method will be executed. Now my question is, I have the fixed argument method. I have the variable argument method. I am passing only one argument. Now which method will be executed? That is the question. This is also an interview question. You are getting my question?
Variable argument.
Why variable argument?
Uh,
Okay, let me tell you. First, let us analyze this. Okay, after analyzing, we will come to the conclusion. Okay, our thoughts would be like, okay, I want to call method m1, right? I am passing 10 here, right? So don't you think that, okay, this 10, okay, this is completely accepted by this method, okay, the fixed argument method, okay, and also this method call is completely satisfying to execute the variable argument method. Can we come to the conclusion? Yes, no? Are you getting this? Both are valid, no?
yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Both are valid. No? In this case, both are valid. This is valid as well as this is valid. Okay, now the main thread will be created, right? Main thread will be created. Definitely, main thread will be in confusion whether to execute this method or whether to execute method, execute method. We might be also thinking, okay, there should be an ambiguity error. Sarah has just discussed it previously. Okay, there is a kind of ambiguity. So compiler will throw ambiguity error. This is one of the case. I'm just guessing. We're just guessing. Do we get ambiguity or not? Let us check what we are getting. Okay. Let me run this. We are getting A. A means what? A means, okay, output. There is no ambiguity. We are thinking it is an ambiguity. There is no ambiguity, but we are getting a straightforward output, which means this fixed argument method is getting executed. So can I come to a conclusion that priority is given to the fixed argument method? Can I come to the conclusion? Priority is given to what? Given to the fixed argument method. So by the output, I can come to this conclusion. Fixed argument. So by the output, I am able to come to such conclusion. But why the priority is being given to this? Why? What is the speciality about this? This fixed argument method. Why not variable argument? That could be the question. Let me say this. This fixed argument method was introduced in JDK 1.0 version. Was introduced in which version? JDK 1.0 version. Okay, it was there with Java from the first version itself, from the JDK 1.0 version itself. However, the variable argument method was just introduced in JDK 1.0 version. That's why the priority is always being given to the fixed argument method first, not the variable argument. Are you able to understand? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes,
Getting no?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see. Now you have to answer this. What I can say, let me do something like, right. Now tell me, I'm not passing anything. Okay, so with our understanding, okay, I'm not passing anything. Which method gets executed? Let me do something here. Let me say B. This here, this is C. Which method will get executed? I'm not passing anything. Uh, what will be the output?
B, sir.
B will be the output. So that is what the discussion is all about, right? The fixed argument method will always get executed. So this is the B is the output. Right? So what we have discussed so far? So far we have discussed about the priority. Okay, when you are dealing with variable argument method as well as fixed argument method, which is accepting the same data type, the priority will be given for fixed argument method. Why? Because it was introduced in JDK 1.0. This introduced in JDK 1.5. So there will be no ambiguity. This ambiguity will not be there here. Okay, what was another case that we have discussed? We have discussed about what? We have discussed about the relationship between string and the object. Right? So when there is a parent and when there is a child, okay, when you are passing a value which is accepted by both the methods, which is accepted by both the methods, the priority will be given for the child. So here priority is coming in the picture. Priority is coming into the picture. And when you are dealing with string and the string buffer, you get ambiguity error because both are in the same level. Okay, both are in the same level. Okay, the compiler will not decide to which child the priority needs to be given. Okay, now one more case is there. Two more cases are there. Okay. Now tell me, integer I, integer j, integer k. Right? So, right here what I am doing is, yes. Now tell me which method will get executed. Will get executed, or will there be any compile time error or whatever it is? There should be an answer, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
A will get executed. Huh?
Sir,
Okay, let's see. Okay, don't any confusion. Cannot find symbol. Integer I, integer. Okay, so my bad. It's int. Okay, not int. Integer. Let me compile this once again. My bad. My bad. Okay, your answer is C. C is what? There is C. Okay, this is getting why this is getting executed. I know you know the answer, right? Let me. You might be thinking, sir, we are passing two characters. Okay, we are passing two characters. Now focus on this method call. I have given an introduction in the exercise class. So how is the method call? Method call is like this. This is the method call, right? In my method call, in my M1 method call, I am blindly passing two characters. No worries. There is a first character. First one is a character C and second one is a character D. There is no problem here because we have discussed about the promotion chart, right? Byte followed by short, followed by int, followed by long, followed by float, followed by double, right? And over here you have what? You have something character under the integer. So this is the promotion chart. You are passing a character and two characters are passing. The compiler will check, is there any method that is directly accepting the characters? There are no such methods. Okay, then it is going to get promoted. Okay, the character is going to get promoted teacher. Now it will check. First it will check the straight, the direct methods. Whether there is a method which is accepting both characters or not. Okay, there are no such method. Second, it will promote it to the integer comma integer according to the promotion chart. It will check is there any method that has integer. There is a method. Which is that method? The variable argument method. That's why this is getting executed. Are you getting this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay, now we answer them. If I pass one more, if I pass something like 100, now you tell me what would be the answer. Any idea? Any guess?
Yes, sir.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Good, perfect. Because first look at the number of arguments, 3. Okay, there is a method which is directly accepting 3 arguments, right? So this is going to get promoted to integer. This is also going to get promoted to integer. Okay, this is how the promotion happens, guys. Okay, don't get any confusion. When you, I will repeat this for the last time because there should not be any confusion in the interview room. Many times these questions are asked. That's why. Any number of times. So this is the actual question, isn't it? Right. So firstly, it will check is there any method that is accepting character, and integer. Okay, there are no such methods. Okay, so certainly, okay, this character will be converted to int, character, integer. Okay, there are no such methods. Then integer will remain and integer character will be converted to int, integer. Okay, it has found the one matching method. Okay, this is how the promotion will happen. So these are the internal things. This is how the promotion will happen one after the another. That's why this is getting it. There are three direct, three parameters, fixed parameters method. So this is the direct execution. Okay. So one more question I can give here is the question could be like, now tell me which method will get executed. Any guess?
Error, sir.
Error. That's good. Perfect. Intelligent. TDE. Okay, this is float. Definitely, float cannot be depromoted, right? If there is the integer here, you are passing a value that is more than the integer. Okay, that is greater than the integer. Float. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Even the variable argument method cannot accept this. Fixed argument method cannot accept this. So the compiler will directly give a complaint. So the complaint is. See how clearly it says no suitable method found for character float. See, this is the signature that I am talking about. The signature. It is clearly mentioning the signature followed by the method call. Signature followed by the method call. It says no such thing. You have method with three integers. You have another method with the variable argument set of integers. So logic conversion is there. Logic conversion means depromoting, right, from the higher level to the lower level. Okay. Now next set of questions. I think that's all about the variable argument method and yeah, I think you know this. I think yesterday I have discussed it. First. You know why we are getting ambiguity. So tough. A long L. We're passing 10, 10. Which method will get executed?
Error.
Dora? Correct. Not, ambiguity error will come. Because we have discussed this extra. Ambiguous. Why ambiguous? Both the methods are getting satisfied. Okay? You are passing 10 here. However, there is a direct method which is accepting the state for 10. Okay? At the same time, if this 10 is promoted, if this 10 can be promoted to the higher data type, so there is the matching parameter here, right? Likewise, this 10 is applicable for this as well as this. Confusion will happen. So both methods are technically possible to match these values, right? So that's why ambiguity error is. Okay. Now the last question is, why do we call it as what? Why we always call it as the compile time polymorphism? They will ask why this is called as what? Why this is called as the compile time polymorphism? Right? Method resolution is actually I have given. The method resolution will happen at the compilation time. What does it really mean? To understand this, to demonstrate this, let me take one animal class. Let me take one lion class. Okay. Lion class is extending to animal. Right? This lion class is simply extending to what? Extending to the animal class. Right? So what I am supposed to do here? Simply I will be like, I will be creating here I will be creating a method. Okay, let me say that the name of the method is something like void m1 system dot out dot println. Okay. So here I am passing the lion object. When I pass the lion object as an argument, I will be getting what? Lion, this should be get executed. So here I am passing, here also I am having, okay, let me have the same method in this case. I am passing animal object here. So this has to display what? This has to display the animal method. Okay, very simple. One of the classes is animal class. Second class is I have the lion class. So I have the animal class as well as I have the lion class. Okay. So inside the lion class, I have the two methods. One which is accepting lion as an argument, which is accepting animal as an argument. Okay. So let me create an object for the the lion class, or the let me create an object for, or else I can do like this. Let me remove this code. Let me take another class called test class. So my test class has these two methods. So it is code is clear. Code is very clear. I have animal class. I have lion class. Lion is extending to animal. I have another concrete class which is test class, which has two methods. One is accepting lion as an argument, and second is one is accepting animal as an argument. Okay, I am taking a main method. In this main method, I am creating an object for the test class. Test t equal to new test. New test. Okay. Now what I want to do is I am also creating an object for the animal class. Animal a equal to new animal. I also creating an object for the lion class. Lion L equal to, now focus here. Okay, so three objects are created. Now what I am trying to do, so inside the test class I have two methods, right? So these two methods are called as the overloaded methods because they are having the same method name but the arguments are different. One method is accepting the lion object as an argument, and the second method is accepting the animal object as an argument. Okay, if I just use this test method reference variable dot, if I call m1 method, I can pass a. If I pass a here, right? A is of what type? Animal type. A is holding which value? New animal value, right? So this a is of animal type, right? So the method one which is accepting the animal as an argument, right? That has to get executed. Now the output is going to be animal method. Let's check this. Parsing error. Yes. Did I miss anything? Void m1, void m1, class, public class table, email, line extensible, class custom, we are getting parsing. Okay. Right. Okay, we are getting animal object. Okay, and if I pass L here, okay, L is of what type? L is of lion type. Definitely the M1 method which is accepting the lion object will get executed. So output has to be what? Output has to be lion. Perfect. Now what I'm trying to do is I can also create an object by with the help of what? With the help of upcasting. I can say animal AL equal to new line. Upcasting concept. The child object can be assigned to the parent class reference. Right? The interview question would be like, if I pass AL here, okay, which method will get executed? Let me put this code in the paint box, paintbrush, file new. Okay. So here, if I pass A, now look at this code. So object is being created for the test class. By test class, this test class is holding the actual business method. So you have two methods. What are the two methods? One is method M1. Second one is also method M1. But they are overloaded methods. One method is accepting the lion as an argument. Second one is accepting the animal as an argument. Right? And there is a relationship between this lion and animal. Okay, I can say that animal is the parent to the lion. Can I say this? Animal is parent to the lion. So because of the external keyword, there is a relationship. Okay, what I have done with this relationship, I have created an object for animal, A equal to new animal. This is one of the way to create an object. What is the other way? Lion, L equal to new lion. This is also one of the ways to create object. What is the last way? Animal, AL equal to new lion. Objects can be created in three ways. My question is, okay, the moment I start passing A, we know the output. A is of what? A is of what type? A is of animal type. Right? What we are getting? Okay, animal object is the respective method call. So animal method will be respected. If I pass, if I pass, let us say, if I pass L here instead of L, let us pass L here. Not L. If I pass L here, okay, L is of what type? L is of lion type. So definitely output is going to be lion object. The question is, if I pass AL here, which method will get executed? Whether it is going to call the method that is accepting the lion as an argument, or it is going to call the method that is accepting the animal as an argument. Okay, so here is the point why it is called as the compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorph. Compile time polymorph is nothing but the method resolution will happen at the compile time itself. What does it really mean? Okay, this part, okay, the RHS part is always about the runtime. Okay, the LHS part, the left hand side part, okay, left hand side, the type part is always talks about the compile type. Okay? Whatever the type that you see here, if it is animal type, okay, the animal, the method M1 which is accepting animal as an argument will get executed. If it is lion type, the method M1 which is accepting the lion argument will get executed. Again, if it is an animal type, no matter to which the objects are created, it will always check the type. Type is animal, okay, it will always check the LHS side. Because compiler will guess only with this LHS part, okay, these are the runtime part. This can be changed, okay, these are fixed. LHS part cannot be changed, they are always fixed. RHS part can be changed always, it can be changed in the runtime. But LHS part cannot be changed, it is always fixed. That is why it's called as what? Static polymorphism. That's why it is called as what? Static or early binding. First method reaching will happen completing. So now I should see what I should see. I should see the output as okay, animal method should be displayed on the console. Animal method. You might be thinking object is created for lion. Why animal method? That is what I'm saying about this. Is the compile time polymorphism. You will always look at the type. Okay? Type is lion. That's why if you pass L, okay, this method get executed. Okay? So type is A is animal type. That's why if you pass A here, okay, the animal method get executed. So here the confusion will start here. The child object parent reference. Reference will be given priority. Okay, if you pass AL, type is animal. This is the compilation time. This is the static type. This is the early binding. Okay, so this is dynamic. Okay, today it can be lion, tomorrow it can be animal, it can be changed, but this cannot be changed. LHS part cannot be changed. Fixed. Right? So that's why method overriding is called as what? The compile time polymorphism. Able to follow? Everyone? The two members are there. Follow no? Why yesterday I was telling why it is called as compile time polymorphism. This is the reason. This is why I was telling. It says it is called as compile time polymorphism or early binding or static polymorphism because of this example. Because of these reasons. Because the decisions will be made by the compiler in the compilation time itself. You can crack any interviews on top of method overloading. So these are all the possible cases that I have discussed today. There are no other cases, no other pending cases. All the possible cases I have covered. You get any interview question on top of the overloading or polymorphism, you can answer all the questions. No doubts about it. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss more about method overriding. There are also so many beautiful tricky questions are there. That overriding. Once it is completed, polymorphism is completed. Then we are pending with only abstraction analysis. And then on Saturday Sundays I can cover the remaining topics. Right? Now we have multi threading. We have exceptional handling. And we have what? Regular expressions. Okay, we have what? JVM architecture. And we have the file handling. What else we have? File handling. RMA concepts. Remote method execution. This will be covered on Saturdays and Sundays. Remaining days I will Monday to Friday we will start thinking about the project. This will be covered on Saturday. That's it. Any questions for me?